So I am impulsively recording this episode because it's just something I want to get off my chest, my mind, something that I just want to put out there that I'm literally realizing, and I don't know how I feel about it as of yet, but I'm just thinking to myself that maybe God is not a magician. Maybe God, because we have very high expectations of God and He can fulfill them. But is that how He works? The way we think He works, maybe that's not how He works. The Bible does say His ways are not our ways. And I am literally here thinking that maybe the ways that I thought were God's ways are not really God's ways. And those are the ways that I was exposed to growing up and thinking that those are God's ways. This fantasy, I don't even know what to call it, but it's deception and lies that maybe, maybe God, it's been reframed in me that maybe God is a waymaker. God is not a magician. God is a miracle worker. And maybe a miracle means that He's able to make a way where there seems like there isn't any way. Maybe that's who God is, not who I thought He was all along. Because I thought God was someone, for example, I thought God was someone who was going to get me an offer somewhere when I didn't even apply. That is magic, like to get something. I don't know how to explain it, that's the thing. But like going back to the offer example, like getting an offer for something that you didn't even apply for. I thought that's how God works, like giving you something that you didn't even attempt at, But maybe you have to attempt it for, even if it doesn't look like it'll pass or it'll win or it'll be approved, you have to attempt it first. And even when it doesn't seem like it will go through, that's where God gets in and makes a way for it to be victorious, for your efforts to be to mean something, to work out. Maybe there's a relationship between effort and work and experiencing God's miracles. Because I'm thinking back to Adam in the garden. I think about this a lot because I just believe that was God. That's where we see God's true intention for us before everything just went south. But when Adam was put in the garden, he was given the responsibility to tend and to take care of the garden, basically, to work the garden. And obviously, if Adam kept working the garden would provide fruit for him, So that's how it works. What you put out is what, if you put something out, you get something back, right? So maybe I was missing this part of effort. I was missing this part of work. I didn't know the importance of work, that you need to put the work in. You don't you don't wait. You don't wait for something that you didn't even attempt at. Whew, okay. Almost like working a field. um you're working a field, there's certain processes that take place. There's planting, there's watering, there's the growing part, you know. So maybe I was missing the planting part, because I see it with God as well. He does it with us because we are God's harvest, right? I see the planting, the watering, and the growing part. And the growing part is just like almost like the graceful part, the part that happens automatically as a result of the planting and watering, you know? Okay, so I don't even know what I'm trying to say with this episode, but my biggest realization was God is not a magician. God is a way maker. God is a miracle worker. He makes a way out of no way. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't turn rocks into bread. He takes a loaf and fish and multiplies it. He takes what's already there and makes more of it. And he's a God of fruitfulness and multiplication, not of magic. He doesn't turn rocks into bread. And that's the part that I was missing for so long, that I'm just realizing now that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry for the background noise. I feel like I always am, but yeah, there's really nothing much I can do about it. So I don't know, maybe go out there and attempt stuff. Maybe go out there and plant, you know, even if it doesn't look like it'll work out, just go out there and try stuff out, you know. Don't be afraid to try out. I think that's all. That's all. And I'm gonna name this episode God is Not a Magician, because that's literally what I was recognizing when I recorded this. And him not being a magician doesn't take away from the fact that he's a miracle worker. And I feel like miracles are just like so hold so much more depth than magic, because it's like God made a way. Oh, it even goes back to Moses parting the seas. Moses had to, you know, lift up his rod or whatever he had to do there. He had to come up to the seas, and he had to do what he had to do for God to make the seas split or part, you know. So that is just God. That is like what I'm talking about. That is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. That is an effort, even if it seemed like a little effort, that him just lifting up a rod, whatever he did, I'm not really sure what he did, or he struck the water or whatever. That little effort that seemed like it couldn't even have an impact on the seas, God made it have an impact. So that is what a miracle is. And I think God has been reframing that in me, that I'm not who you think I am. I don't work the way you think I do. And okay, he takes your little effort and multiplies it, you know. Okay, so make an effort. Basically, with this episode, I'm just saying, make an effort, try. Okay, even if it doesn't look like much,